Hello everybody, good afternoon from Valencia, Spain. This is the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. It's Group B, game day one, and it's the clash between Serbia and Italy. Well, without a doubt, a much anticipated game that a lot of people have been talking about. No doubt in women's basketball in Europe, this should be an intriguing clash. Of course, Serbia has been one of the best women's teams in international basketball the past several years. Montenegro, we just watched win their Group B game 70-55 over Greece, pulling away late. And now it's the second battle of Group B. So you can look at the FIBA Women's World Rankings, and Serbia up at number 8, Greece at 13, Italy 14, and Montenegro, who are number 22. They look like they were much better than 22 in that last game. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Azania Stewart, the Great Britain International. And Azania, opening day is always important. You want to try to get off on the right foot. And I suppose from Italy's standpoint, they know this is a big ask, but they're going to be fired up, I would imagine, against a very good Serbia team.
Yeah, no doubt you want to come out here and put your best on the floor, because Serbia knows how to win. They have experience from the start to the end of their bench. To be honest, they've won a gold medal in this tournament in 2015. They've won a bronze in the Olympic Games. So this team knows how to win. And for me, Basic is going to be the warrior for the Serbian team, is going to lead the way. But she has a great vengeance squad with Dabovic, with Anderson, with Brooks. She has the backup and a deep bench, which I'm concerned about Italy, if they can really defend that whole squad over there.
Well, the bespectacled Lino Lardo walking in front of his team. He came in and stabilized things during the qualifiers. After they had a couple of tough games, he came in and they won 4 in a row. And now he's got into this the showpiece, European Flagships event, and FIBA's event on the continent for women's basketball. And this Serbia team, you know, don't forget also they hosted the last FIBA Women's EuroBasket and got 3rd place.
They did, yeah.
So it's been a, you know, they're always there or thereabouts, knocking on the door of the medals, getting to the podium, and they're still kind of in that moment. You know, you talk about Sanja Basic, well, it might be her last summer of basketball. They're going to play at the Olympics as well, so this is a tune-up, so to speak, for Marina Balkovic and her Serbia team for the Tokyo Games. So now we're going to have a pause.
Attention, por favor. Attention, please.
And
now
the commentary for the playing of the national anthems for Italy and Serbia.
selección italiana. A continuación, atención, now we listen the national anthem from Serbia. fuertísimo aplauso para la selección de Serbia.
So the national anthems have been played. We get a look at the referees: Amy Bonner, the crew chief; Aslan Yaman from Turkey; and Thomas Bisuel from France.
From Turkey, and Thomas Bisuel from France.
And hey, we should also mention that Italy got the gold medal, or finished at the top of the podium, back in 1938, the very first one. So they know what it's like. They must have thought it was going to be easy to get to the top. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, they're always a good team to watch, a fun team to watch, and they put a lot of effort. They play with a lot of passion and emotion.
That's for sure. And their lady that they will be running the way is Zandelazini. For them is their main attraction and the centerpiece for this team, no doubt, as we see the starting fives coming up. But yeah, hopefully she can get some support behind her, because she is definitely a wizard with the ball. She knows how to score. There she is on camera for us as we speak of her name. And they're 13.8 points and 3.3 assists. And she does it all for this team. So hopefully they can really rally around her and get going. I'm excited for Italy. You know, this is a good tournament for them. Test their strength against a powerhouse like Serbia. And yeah, I'm ready for game 3 of today. I'm excited.
Well, Zandelazini certainly is, as is Nino Lardo, the very experienced Italian coach. Zandelazini had that amazing FIBA Women's EuroBasket back in 2017 when she made the All-Star 5. Plays the WNBA, plays in the EuroLeague Women, Fenerbahce, Final Four, you name it.
Yeah,
she is as big a name as they come. But let's, you know, you always have to go back to Serbia and that competitiveness, that fight, that zeal.
Yeah, and you know, they spoke in the pre-conference. Coach said they're a family. You know what I mean? They've been through a lot of stuff, and you see Vasish Brooks. So many of those players have been together. They've had kids. Brooks has had a baby, come back, injuries, and they've really overcome a lot. And they're in a nice stride. You know, they have medals under their wing, and they'll try and use this tournament to win it, as we see Dabovic, the main player, to start off 11 points and 3 assists. She will be the engine for this team as she starts. But they'll really try and, 1, be on the podium again, win this bad boy, and 2, get ready for the Olympic Games, which is next month. So this is a great opportunity to get started, as we see the head coach, Malkovic there.
And let's don't forget Dabovic. You know, we talked about Zandelazini in 2017. Well, Dabovic was the MVP of the FIBA Women's EuroBasket in 2015 when they won it in Budapest.
I remember we played them actually. The Dabovic sisters. Her sister was still playing with them.
Melissa, and yep, you played for Great Britain.
Sure
and
did.
You guys actually beat them in EuroBasket Women 2013.
Sorry, what was that, Jeff?
And then they went on that big run to get to. Well, anyway, Italy have won. They went on that big run to get to. Well, anyway, Italy have won the opening game in 3 of their last 4 appearances in the EuroBasket.
It's a nice stat.
It is, but it was also a nice stat for Greece, and they didn't continue their fine run. Serbia have reached the semifinals in 3 of their last 4. Of course, we've had the pandemic. And because of that, you know, you can have a maximum of 3,000 fans allowed in this La Fontetta at any time. So it's been great to have fans back in, and we're looking forward to the time when we're going to have even more. And don't forget, the top 6 teams at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket will get to go to the World Cup qualifiers, next year's World Cup in Australia. There'll be 4 qualifying tournaments around the world in February. So we're underway here, folks, and already Serbia out of the gate fast, winning the tip. And before I can bat an eyelid, Ana Dabovic scored a layup with her left hand. Tina Krasnik commits the foul. So already an opportunity for Obis Andre to go to the line. Andre, Bestagno, Tarangelo, Cinilli, and Zandalicini in that starting five for Italy. Andre misses the first, and probably a more recognizable starting five for Serbia. Brooks, Servandakic, Dabovic, Krajnik, and Basic. So she makes one of two.
And a nice little full court press there by Italy makes Serbia turn over the ball.
Zandalicini, born to thrill. She launches her first three and rattles it in.
And she just takes a deep breath like, woo! Starting off hot, Jeff. Step back three, why not?
She is worth the price of admission. Just like Dabovic is, and here's the veteran Brooks missing. And it goes over to Italy. Keep an eye on Krajnik for Serbia, number 33. She is a real battler. You can see her going at it down low with Andre, but Zandalicini she just wants the ball in her hands, doesn't she?
And I think you can't go wrong. A tough defensive stop there. Dabovic picks up her first. Yeah, Serbia is a tough team, but I'm liking this energy that Italy's come out with. They're not backing down. They've turned them over very quickly. They've scored. I'm happy.
Nearly open, left corner. And Krajnik.
Yeah, Krajnik is going to be big on the boards.
Basic played for Girona this season in the EuroLeague women, and there's Krajnik.
Yeah, she plays in the EuroLeague too. I think she's still...
Sopron,
yep. Sopron, yeah.
Yeah, she was tough. Battling away down low, but Bestagno misses her first. Knotted at 4. Krajnik turns, gets in the paint, and Andre battles away. Serbia attacking the glass. You can see why Andre is so important in this matchup, because Krajnik is bringing it, Servandakic is bringing it,
yeah.
Brooks, Basic. It's a big Serbia team.
They're big and they're tall and they're long.
And they're physical.
Yeah, and physical.
Cinilli. Well, Servandakic trips, and there she goes. Andre. Almost Andre. Tarangelo applying some of that full court pressure. She looks already a little bit winded. I wouldn't be surprised if she comes out shortly. They get it to Basic down low. Former FIBA Europe Young Player of the Year.
It's always hard to get your second wind. When you start the game, the adrenaline, as Vash's foot is on the line there, and referee's quick to call it. When you start the game, Jeff, you don't really have this much experience, so that's why I can talk on this. The adrenaline is so high, and you really get out of breath really quickly that first 2 minutes, and you're literally just like gasping for air, like, come on, second wind, kick in. So, and now that we're in a few minutes into the game, everyone will just kind of settle down and get into the flow of the game.
Tarangelo. Bestagno turns, offensive foul. She doesn't like it, but Amy Bonner is, oh, yep. Well, she just says she leaned into her with her right shoulder.
Full court press here by Italy, trying to slow Serbia down. But Brooks don't find no trouble with that.
And foul. Looks like the refs might be trying to take some of the physicality out of the game
very quickly.
Here early.
Yeah, yep. Both teams have been very physical, and 4 quick fouls have been called. But that's it. You have to adjust throughout the game as Brooks puts up the shot. Nice.
Yeah, Brooks, formerly Milovanovic, puts it up and in. Also Chopron, Pistagno. Interesting looking jump shot she has. Vasic. Does seem to be more of an early commitment by this Italian team to be more stronger defensively and on the boards than in past, although they didn't get the defensive rebound there. Dabovic turns, puts it up.
Andre on the rim, she's running hard.
Zandalicini had Dabovic hounding her. She might have rushed that one.
Yeah. Here comes the first subs to the table to Italy. Good defense down low.
Great defense by Carangelo. Dabovic was trying to post her up, wasn't she?
Yeah, she ain't having none of that, Jeff. She said nope.
Andre again misses.
Yeah, they've just taken a few long shots. Just let's get something easy to the rim, I think, for both teams, to be honest.
Well, I'm liking seeing Andre out there, but I'm also looking forward to seeing Kubai come into the game. And now another foul. We're going to see Kubai come in. Here she is.
Here she is. And
Romeo as well, your former teammate.
Yep.
Where was that again? That was in Spain?
That was in Spain, yeah. We played, she was my point guard. Fantastic handles and just a hard worker. So you'll see her razzle dazzle for Italy. Number 3 there, dark ponytail.
Now Kubai has been a standout at Georgia Tech, and American women's college basketball has decided to go back. They granted another year of eligibility to players because of the pandemic. And she's going to take them up on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. They get an extra year. That's nice.
Known mainly for her defense and rebounding, but Vasic catches, and Serbia making the commitment to get it down low.
Yeah, Brooks and Vasic have a great relationship on and off the court. That's a fantastic pass by them in connection.
Oh, beautiful bounce pass. Kubai, but that was Zandalicini making it.
Right back at you, right? We've got good connection too in Italy.
Vasic!
Yeah, we spoke about Vasic at the beginning of the broadcast. She is hard to defend. She has it all.
Oh boy, Zandalicini though. Look at her go to her left hand. Romeo, tough assignment guarding Dabovic. Look at the effort. Vasic makes the catch. Wide open. Brooks, she can hit it. Good! That's her game right there.
Yeah, great find yet again. Vasic to Brooks, Brooks to Vasic. That is definitely a 1-2 punch that have been playing together for a very long time. A lot of experience in those two ladies right there. She just, you see, swings the ball to Brooks. Nothing but net.
Well, let's see if the new entry pans out for Italy. It's Francesca Pan. She's going to inbound the basketball. Good player, Francesca Pan, and good shooter as well. Here she is. Zandalicini met that time, and oh, great effort by Servandakic. Couldn't quite control it. Almost picked off Kubai. Shot clock winding down. Zandalicini had to rush it up, and Kubai not able to corral it. It's Krajnik. Oh, Dabovic, look at the beautiful pass from Dabovic. Knowing full well there was going to be somebody to pass it to.
Yeah, she brought the double over there and she just corralled. That's a lovely little pass off to Brooks. Brooks and Vasic started off very hot for this team, and we spoke about them at the start.
So timeout Italy. With Serbia, I think the lead is 16-10. So that'll roll over on the graphic there eventually.
Yes. 16 for 10, you're right, Jeff. And that's 2 for 10 for Serbia and 3 for 6. Serbia shooting 2 for 3 from the three-point line. Just here into the timeout for Italy.
Giochiamo 2 volte, poi iniziamo a giocare 5 pollici, cose che facciamo le nuove. Giochiamo pollice basso e non riesci per tirare.
Okay, so again, it's a 6-point lead for Serbia, at least on the scoreboard. So 16 to 10.
We'll let them know, Jeff. That's why we're here.
Zandelicini to Pan. So Lena Lardo was very animated in that timeout. Kubai gets in line inside. Boy, she had a tough finish. I thought she threw it too high off the backboard.
Yeah, she did, but it went in. She'll take it. Anderson in, and will control the point guard spot for Serbia.
Fine, Anderson. Oh, great defense from Andre.
Big cross-court pass by Romeo.
Oh. And Kubai, even though she had to wait, she had to go back to catch it. She's been really strong going to the basket, hasn't she?
Yeah.
It's 3 layups for her.
And a big.
Now the score is right, 16 to 14.
Perfect. And that was a great baseball pass by Romeo.
It was indeed.
5 on the clock. They need to get something up.
Servandakic drives. Oh, tough.
Nice. I like her, Jeff. She's one of my favorites, actually. She gets a tip. She hustles. As you see, she's on the floor. She can shoot the 3 also, and she can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim.
Number 23 out.
She's sensational. She really is. From the effort.
Yeah, she works hard.
And another of your former teammates, Nevena Jovanovic comes in. Oh, and Yvonne Anderson reaches in, almost gets the steal, and the ball goes off of Servandakic. And they have to be smart, Italy.
Yeah, they.
With Jovanovic also known for her defense.
Right.
And she wasn't even involved in that play. So this is a very tough team to go up against on this end of the floor.
And also how deep they go in their bench, right? They sub like for me, Serbia. Dubovic comes off and then you bring Anderson on. It's tough.
Zandelicini steps back, blocked by Servandakic, but Andre at the right place at the right time.
Great little up and under. Used the basket to protect herself. Another great post player move, which I'm always a fan of. Travel. Great defense there by Romeo on Anderson. And Italy's doing a good job, just sticking with it. It's 18 to 16. Not letting Serbia get too far or get too comfortable. I like it.
Very tight first quarter. The pass whipped in but knocked away by Vasic. And Pan throws it way too hard off the glass. Vasic goes to right. And Pan called for the foul.
And that's tough for Pan to defend. Look, a little hezzy by Vasic, and she's onto the rim. Outstanding move by her.
Yeah, she's had a great start, Vasic. She wants to go out a winner this is her last FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Of course, there have been many cases of players over the years retiring and then deciding to come back and play, not mentioning any names.
Oops. I got bored, Jeff.
Basic makes the first.
3 years out, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a try.
Rest those
knees.
Yep, and then come back stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And Vasic only makes 1 of 2. An impressive rebound by Kubai. Pena also in the game now. Number 41 for Italy. A little bit of a double team. And Özlem Yalman calls the foul. Turkish referee.
Few subs here for Serbia.
Substitution for Serbia, number 9 out and number 32 in.
Give Basic and Brooks.
Galic comes in, number 32, yeah.
Give them a minute break because they'll be right back in a second. And Andre also takes a break.
Romeo and Kubai yet again in there for the rebound. Gets it again, passes it back out to Pan for 3. Look at that, we got a tie game.
Impressive work there by Italy, Jeff.
Boy, Kubai is an absolute beast on the boards, and I say that as a compliment. Anderson. Jovanovic steps inside the arc.
Last shot here of the quarter.
So Jasmine Keys comes up to set the screen. Has to be careful she doesn't move. Oh, Jovanovic almost went the other way. Pan again, it's gonna be long. And the bank was not open. It's all right, but boy, what a thrilling first quarter.
Fantastic first quarter.
Here again is that
Three-point
attempt
shot.
where she made it after the offensive rebound by Kubai. And Lino Lardo pumping his fist and saying, yeah, baby, let's go. It's Serbia and Italy knotted at 19 at the end of 1.
Here we are, the first quarter stats, and really quite tight, nothing really between them, both getting to the line. 6 from 11 and 6 from 12, shooting 55% for Italy and 50% for Serbia. Quite an even game, as obviously the game is also tied 19-19. But we spoke about this lady right here. She is incredible. Xanda Lazzini, she is fantastic. She has hit the step back. She has done everything that we expected from her, really, what we spoke about at the start. Also, I spoke about who's going to step up and help her. And Andre and Pan, for me, have been really, really good for this team. And that's what they're going to need if they're going to have a great run. And Serbia, Vasic and Brooks, also legit from me, 7 points for Vasic. I'm happy.
This has been probably the highest level
of basketball
most
so far
intense that we've seen.
Yeah.
And possibly the entire tournament. So I know you've got the FIBA Women's EuroBasket app in your phone.
I do, actually.
Yeah, so it's a good one to have. So make sure all of you watching get it. Latest news and information, sports about the tournament. Chacho has come into the game for Serbia, number 6.
Yeah, she's good. I like her. She's aggressive, good on defense. She'll be up under you. So a whole new 5, really, for Serbia.
That's what it's all about, keeping the pressure on. Maintaining that level of intensity, and certainly a tug on the shirt there by Maja Skoric on Kubai. And that means, as we start the second quarter here, the first foul called on Serbia.
And finally, this might be the first time that Italy matches up with them in size and in physicality, I think. They're going to double.
Boy, how in the world did Romeo get rid of it? Pan, that means she's open and makes them pay for the gamble. Great effort by Romeo to save it. And now she forces a turnover on Anderson. 2-on-1 break. And Pan fouled by Anderson.
Good foul by Anderson.
Now the question, was she passing or shooting?
I think she was passing.
Let's have a look.
Yep, out of bounds. I told you my refereeing is A1 today.
That's right.
Jeff.
You may have to retire again and start reffing. Amy Bonner tells him to cool it. He's going to be a ref at the Olympics in Tokyo. Kubai again going up against Scorch. And Scorch able to save it in bounds. Italy with that three-point advantage after the shot by Pan. Anderson from the left corner.
Nice.
No, it was a two.
Malkovich as a coach is so relaxed. She just sits there, relaxed.
Yeah, I was just looking at her when you said that for some reason.
Yeah,
I guess because the play came from over there.
Yeah, she hasn't stood up. She just, has full faith in her team.
Kubai, wow, she's got a little bit of range as well.
And Italy isn't going anywhere. Jeff, they're right in this game.
Chacho passes down low. And
it's a shame she couldn't finish that because that was a sweet little pass.
So, Keys. Romeo goes out. Carangelo comes back in, and they called the foul on Pan. Anderson changes direction. Oh, she gets blocked. What a block by Kubai. Looked like she was out of the play. Then she just reached her left arm up and got the swat.
Great recovery there. Good defensive stop again for Italy as Pan goes with the ball here. Key, lucky to catch it.
Boy, they are absolutely, the Serbians, getting up in their face, and the Italians are having to be very strong with the basketball.
And here come the starters.
Look at this block. Look at this block.
Yeah, with their left hand.
Running the other way. Just
great
full
timing.
extension.
Yeah.
I want to say she's one of the best players I've seen today, but goodness me, in this game, you just see some really high-level performances for both of these national teams. Pan over to Keys rather, and Kubai this time short. That was an air ball.
That's a shame because that was great team ball movement for Italy.
Servadak spins, gets in the lane, and is tied up by Keys. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that. That's not a foul. It's all ball. Good call, referee. And another good defensive stop for Italy. Coach has got her starters back in. Hopefully they can easy get things going.
Brooks had her head up, and she saw that Vasic had snuck in there behind the defense. Now Zach Belasini splits the defense, and they call a foul in Serbia.
I love when this happens. Well, this is the foul, but when we say something and then it happens.
Yes.
Usually it's the commentator curse and they miss the free throw, but this time I said they've subbed the starters in and boom, Brooks to Vasic, just like that.
Oh, bounce pass to Zandalicini. Keys gets it. Great hands by Krajnik. Serbia showing a great ability to recover after the, oh, so Krajnik actually got a hand on that pass. And then she goes and gets the block.
Yeah.
Zandalicini uses her body well, but the finish wasn't there. Well, Servadakic able to get open, and Keys, who's, again, you're talking about substituting like for like. She's really bringing the effort on the glass.
She sure is. Good defensive rebound there.
Now three-point shot. And Alyssa Pana's shot no good, but another opportunity for the Azzurri. Zandalicini gets it to Keys, back outside. And Beatrice Arturo misses. Keys with the rebound.
Another good offensive rebound for Key. Gives them a second chance, Jeff.
Look at Zandalicini handle the basketball under intense pressure. Servadakic. Wow. Listen, we haven't watched that much basketball yet, but I'm just gonna make a gamble here and say both of these teams have a great shot of going far in this tournament, having watched the intensity that they are playing with.
Yeah, in this first half. This is definitely two teams that have come out on all cylinders firing for sure, because this is intense on offensive and defensive. You know, all 5 people on a string, moving together, playing together. It's great basketball.
And also seeing some great individual play. Kubai gets a well-deserved rest. Pistagno comes back in. And Zandalicini scores. So Kubai goes out of the game. She scored 8 points in 9 minutes and 18 seconds. Grabbed 4 rebounds, had a couple of assists and a block.
Yeah. Fantastic minutes right there. Very efficient. She your MVP yet, or?
Possibly. We got several candidates in this game.
For sure that we do. Great display of women's basketball on right now.
Krajnik is tough for Serbia. She's got 4 points and 6 rebounds. Servadakic is just constant pressure. Ball goes out of bounds off Perangelo. You simply cannot turn the basketball over. And you know what? For Italy, that's only their 2nd turnover of the game.
Really?
In the face of incredible Serbian pressure. Brooks gets blocked by Keys, and then it goes out of bounds.
And off her knee.
How about that?
Back to Italy.
Jasmine Keys.
All ball, Jeff. Good call.
So the second block for Italy. They are taking no prisoners.
Sensational defense right there.
You know, sometimes you get a team that comes out and punches the other team in the mouth, as they say in sports vernacular. But in this case, both teams have come out and punched each other in the mouth. And they're still punching.
It's a fight, for sure. Heavyweight fight, in fact.
Pistagno has it taken away by Krajnik. Vlasic backing up. Zandalicini, now Brooks. Pistagno, oh, look at the cutter. She gets swatted by Zandalicini. Brooks, the 2nd time she's had a shot blocked in the last 30 seconds.
She volleyball swatted that, Jeff.
She spiked it. And the 3-pointer right to the other end by Pena. Que Pena.
Wow. These ladies are definitely playing very, very hard and making their countries very proud right now.
Wow, you saw the spike from Zandalicini. And then Pana and, again, Italy with a 4-point lead now. Krajnik spins, goes in. This time she's able to shoot it over Keys. And Keys picks up the foul, so 2 free throws. This is probably your style of game, isn't it, that you like to play? Physical.
Physical. Gladiator-like. Remember that show?
Because whenever I saw photos of you in the basketball uniform, it's always like not up around the rim, it's like on the floor, diving for balls, wrestling.
Yeah, I think it's important. That's where the game is won, Jeff. At the free throw line, as she hits her first, and also 50-50 balls. Who's going to put their body on the line and get that extra possession for their team? 2 for 2.
Krajnik gets it back to a 2-point deficit. Beatrice Atur over to Zandalicini, goes between the legs. What a matchup that is. Going up against the great Vasic. Zandalicini, she went down. And the ball goes off of Serbia, and it's going to be Italy basketball.
That's the right call. Got my referee hat on today.
Okay, have a look. So Beatrice Atura goes out. Zandalicini, good! That is incredible. And Vasic can't quite believe it. Butulia comes in for Serbia, number 10. Carangelo and Anderson. Anderson just finds her way to the basket. I don't know if Carangelo is expecting some help.
No help defense at all. Everyone's heads were turned and away from the ball. Good basket from Anderson.
He's open. Vasic down low and a block. Blocking foul.
Italy aren't really happy with that, but they just kind of sandwich Vasic here, as we see. Could go either way, really, but timeout. Think Serbia called that timeout, Jeff?
The foul was on Keys.
Okay.
And yeah, both teams are heading over to the bench. Somebody called the TO. So 3:07 to go, and Italy have called, yeah, it was Lardo who was signaling before that. So it's 31-29 Italy.
Italy's timeout. Well, what an exciting first half of basketball, truly. Everyone came here to play. First game of the tournament looking like a final, to be honest. And this game is going to be big for the winner.
I think this is one of those, we want to set the tone for a tough physical tournament. We want everybody to know we're for real.
Right.
And they've certainly gotten our attention.
I'm here for it, Jeff. This is what we live for. Great, fantastic, outstanding basketball.
And if you don't bring it,
you go home.
That's right. I mean, we saw Belgium get upset earlier today by Bosnia and Herzegovina, 70-55.
Right, big upset. But you know what, Jeff? I've got it on paper on the Women's EuroBasket Instagram page.
You picked Bosnia and Herzegovina
as the surprising team.
Oh, okay.
To make a nice run. So, you know, you heard it here first. A little help from Joanna Warner from GB2. She helped me out.
She did some research.
Yeah. But no, they have a great little squad there. But here today is really tough basketball. This is where they've started, and they plan to go on.
It is tough. Full respect to the players for buying in. Both of these teams.
1 point.
Seems to be at the peak of her game. I don't know why she's retiring after this summer. She makes both, and we're tied once again. Zandalicini, who's hit a couple of big shots recently. Perangelo. Vasic again. And the charge called on Vasic.
She smiles. Great defense here. She doesn't fake. She doesn't go for that little hezzy, and she just pulls into a foul. Lovely move.
Well, I think she was suggesting that she took a dive.
I don't know.
Was that what her motion was when she was coming up with her arm?
Maybe. I think it was great.
Or was she just like stretching out her right arm?
I think it was great defense, to be honest. Not only can she do it on the offensive end, she's showing she is tough as nails down the other end against the top player. Vasic pulls the charge.
So Jovanovic comes in, who's not quite as big as Zandalicini, and she gambled a little bit. Zandalicini elected not to drive to the basket. All tied at 31.
Yeah, referees aren't having a bar of it. They are saying no physicality, all the kind of tough hits to the chest, which I think looks okay. They're calling, so they are taking the physical part right out of this game. So you have to adjust as a player. You have to see how the referees are calling the game, and you know, go as the calls come.
That's fine, as long as they're consistent. That's what you want.
Yeah, and I think they have been consistent, to be honest.
So Skoc comes back into the game for Krajnik, who heads over to the bench with 2 fouls. Also 2 fouls on, excuse me, Vasic actually left with her second foul. Molly Jasmine Keys has 2 fouls. Oh no, Francesca Pan also with 2 fouls for Italy. So each team has 2 players with 2 fouls. And the push before the shot. And that was Keys, so now she has 3 fouls.
She has 3, yeah.
And she has to come out of the game.
Yeah. Bring in Andre.
Number 0, Yasmin is out.
Yeah, that's a shame. She's had some really good minutes.
You know, you could almost argue that Italy is one of these teams where they have some players coming off the bench that are they're better players.
Yes, similar. You know, they've
Kubai,
got
Keys,
Key, yeah.
Pan. There's the pressure. They turn up, and Zandalicini. And Zandalicini was in such a rush. Maybe she should have just held on to it. Italia.
Good hustle back from Anderson there on defense.
Yes, it was. Italia open. Nobody boxes out Brooks. And she misses, and boy, Andre, that was a strong rebound from her. Pena. And Bastagno.
Great answer there from a good defensive stop from Italy. Great for us, great 2-on-1 execute.
So they've equaled their biggest lead of the game, 4 points, Italy. Serbia have been in front by as many as 6. And Andre picks up the personal.
That's on, that's
her second. Yeah.
These fouls are piling up now, and now both teams are in the bonus, so after every foul, they will go straight to the line for some free shots.
Well, Kubai has no fouls, so she could always check back in, although with a minute and a half. I guess Lardo might be considering that. He'd like to see Andre out on the court.
You know what I love, Jeff? The guy in the arena who's doing the commenting. When they score, he goes, 1 point. That's what I'm going to start saying. I love that.
So the free throws make it back to 2 points. Pena, she's hit a three, so they have to guard her. And, oh boy, great interception by Brooks. Pushes the break quickly. Her pass batted away. Jovanovic, or excuse me, Skoric not able to put it up and in. But they keep it, and we've got a minute remaining rather in this thrilling first game. Boy, Pena, it looked to me like Pena got a hack.
This is the right call, though.
This
is the right call. You can see she slaps down here, boom. And when it's such an aggressive hit down like that, the referees are going to be all over that every single time.
So again, Serbia now with a chance to tie the basketball game.
At the line.
And
for 1 point.
We've had, it says 3 lead changes. It's been tied before, though.
Hey, you didn't say it, Jeff. He must have.
He heard you. So.
Nice.
She seems to be fitting in nicely, Yvonne Anderson, with this Serbia team. Less than a minute remaining. First half. Tied. And the foul, Butulia.
That's a tough one. Serbia had them on the ropes there. Nice little press.
Here it is again. I think it helped for Carangelo that she fell out of bounds.
Yeah, for sure. But yet again, both teams in the bonus, so she goes straight to the free throw line for another 2-3 shots. And both teams making their free throws, Jeff. I like to see it.
Carangelo sinks both. End-to-end intensity. Anderson going right at Carangelo. She puts it up and gets it to drop. Carangelo hoping they would call a charge.
Good body control by Anderson. Some good minutes for Anderson right now. Four on the clock.
Zandalicini. And now Brooks. Serbia will try to hold it for 1. Butulia. Oh, missed it badly. They've got time to launch it. Oh no, she got it off.
And a foul.
Oh, they have called the foul,
yes.
But are they
it doesn't matter.
over the limit?
Yeah.
Yep, they are. So
2 shots on the
would
floor.
be 3, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Depending if she was in the shooting motion.
No, he said on the floor, so it would be 2 shots. Foul on the floor. Ha, look at me, I'm 3 for 3 today, Jeff.
You're right. But Marina Malkovich is not going to agree with you. Here we go.
Silly foul there. She's upset with herself.
But that was a little iffy. Italy at the line today are 7 of 8.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Serbia are 9 of 10. So both teams hitting their free throws. Keys and Kubai looking on from the bench. Thinking to themselves, this is a close game. Jovanovic has, she waited, had she shot it immediately. So, thrilling game, Group B between Italy and Serbia. It has been a heavyweight fight. Serbia and Italy leading at 39-37 at halftime.
You know, both teams getting to the free throw line, so they're both being aggressive, putting the ball onto the floor and getting to the rim. So that is fantastic for both teams that they'll take that and bring that to the second half, no doubt. We should have our stats for the first half. Here you go, thank you very much. 11, 23, 48% and shooting 33% from the three-point line, Serbia, and Italy doing around about the same. Rebounding is quite even, 20 to Serbia, 18 to Italy, and then the steals, 4 for Italy, which have been fantastic. Here we get to see the first highlights. There's no doubt her step-back signature move. Sandra Lazzini, she loves that, and definitely Serbia's going to talk about that at halftime. But this 1-2 punch of Brooks and Vasic was fantastic to watch. They are very well-oiled machine, those two. They have definitely come out from the beginning, and they've got help from their other ladies. I'm impressed. I love this energy. I love the physicality. And for this to be your first game of the tournament, they're letting it all out here. You know what I mean? They're saving absolutely nothing. And but this is the style of Serbia. They're always tough as nails. They're always up against you, as you see Pan hit that big three. And Italy hasn't bowed down.
Yeah, it's kind of like the light switch has finally been flipped for the Italian women's team. And to be successful, if you look at how Spain historically get after you defensively, and Serbia, I think France play a physical style, but maybe not in your face as much as Serbia.
Yeah.
But Italy, it seems like the light has gone off, basically.
Yeah.
And they realize we have to play like this. And the question I have is, can they do this for 40 minutes? I mean, can both teams? Because it is impressive.
Yeah.
It is impressive. The pace, the physicality. Look at that. The volleyball spike.
This might be a top play for me, Jeff. I better be in the top 5. People upstairs, I know you hear me. That is a fantastic volleyball spike. Get out of here, Brooks, and come back later. So I'm really impressed with the style of basketball Italy has brought. I thought it was going to be the Serbian show, but no, the Italians have come ready to roll. So hopefully we'll see another action-packed second half as Jeff is going to get moving.
And again, you know, just from what I've seen, these two teams certainly have every reason to aim for the podium. If they're going to play this hard for this entire tournament. Very impressive start for both Italy and Serbia. Italy leading it 39-37 at halftime. Quite a few times in this tournament. Great play by Dominguez. Oh, that's the difference. That is the difference, folks. Where her value is now to this Belgian team. Oh, look at the pass again. Oh, my goodness me. That is ridiculous. Carprio, the greatest showwoman. Oh, she got rejected by Vadeva. Suddenly she's become the slot machine.
Driving all the way in and got stripped. Litarovic still chance to throw it up there for Bentley. Oh! Alex Bentley beating the buzzer at the half of Belarus. What a backlash from them. Belarus have dug deep on defense for the entirety. Petrovic trying to finally put them to bed, and does. There will be 1.9 seconds to respond, but Petrovic brings this crowd to its feet.
Well, we're at halftime. It's 39-37, Italy on top of Serbia in a real smash and grab Group B battle. Take no prisoners. Both of these teams, you know, Serbia, you're accustomed to seeing them really get in the faces of other teams and get after them defensively. Italy have been just as tough and have claimed that narrow first half lead. And I have to say, in all my years covering the Italian women's team, I have never seen them play this hard, this physical, this quick 20 minutes of basketball. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep it up for another 20 minutes. But clearly, Leonardo has flipped the switch for Italian women's basketball because they look good. Great players coming off the bench. Great effort from the starters, particularly Obis Andre and point guard Deborah Carangelo. and Cecilia Zandalasini, but then with Lorela Kubai coming off the bench, Jasmine Keys, Francesca Pan, Elisa Pena, Nicole Romeo, even Beatrice Atura. You know, it's one of those things where in the game today, you cannot afford not to have capable players coming off the bench because the other team will seize upon that. Serbia is showing all their great experience that they've gathered over the years, and really it's just been a joy to watch this game.
Hello, Jeff. I'm back.
Yes, Azania, and you would agree.
I would definitely agree, but I spoke about this at the start. I said, who's going to really help Zandalasini if she's going to do, you know, she's going to make her moves for sure. She's going to have the step back, she's going to have the razzle dazzle, but who in her supporting cast can help her? And yes, they have turned up and they have showed up. So I'm really happy and proud of them to really, you know, they came to play. They knew what they were going to get with Serbia. Serbia, as we hear the head
down
coach.
by 2 at halftime. What does your team need to do to take control of this game?
We have to play our way, our system, our way. We're too slow, we're not playing our game, and that's why we're having problems.
Looking at the stat sheet, they're scoring a lot of turnovers, of second chances, offensive rebound. How do you limit that?
Of course, we know that that's their strongest weapon. Steals, aggressive defense, stuff. We know that we're ready for that. We just simply have to change in the third and fourth quarter. That's simple as that. We're not in our way of playing.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck for the second half.
Thank you very much.
Coach, it's been a very physical game, but not only are you not backing up, but you're leading by 2. What did you like about that first half?
Yes, it's a really tough game, we know. But now we must improve in our area to take rebound. They took a lot of offense rebound and they shared better the ball in the offense. Don't let them take easy in fast break. But now we have a good feeling for the second time.
Obviously, everyone expected Cecilia Zandalasini, but a few players come off the bench, Francesca Pan, Lorela Kubai, and they played a big part. How important has this second unit been for you guys?
Yes, this is our team, okay? Sure, our leader is Cecilia, but every time, everybody they are involved in our set. And now I told them to them in the locker room to share the ball and put them in trouble with moving the ball very fast.
Thank you. Okay. Good luck for the second half.
You.
I love that from both coaches.
Yeah, we haven't seen the best of Serbia. That's the message from Marina Malkovic, and they have to play their game, which I thought they were playing their game.
Guess not. But hats off to Italy, to be honest, to push them out of their game if that's what she thinks. But to be honest, she's right. She's saying, you know, let's get back to us. Let's calm down. Let's run the ball, she said.
But the thing that struck me about Lardo when he was asked, I mean, it was just put to him, Coach, that was a very physical game. And his expression that said everything is like, boy, you're telling me, you know. But again, they're halfway there, and we already know that Serbia are going to try to turn it up a notch. Italy are going to have to take care. You know, Lardo was talking about doing an even better job than what they did on the boards.
Yeah. And you know, your first half you'll be happy with because you're in the game, but you can't just be content with that. You've got to bring out even more energy, more physicalness if you want to keep up with the Serbians. No doubt she would have told them in that locker room at halftime, that ain't good enough, that's not our style. And you know, we're standing here like, great game from Serbia, and she expects more, she wants more, and Serbia will no doubt come out on the third full guns blazing.
Well, you can only imagine what it must have been like for Marina Malkovic to grow up and eat at the same table with Bozidar Malkovic, her legendary father. She has every chance of being a legend herself when it's all said and done. She has been a terrific coach for that national team.
Ma se si cambiano questa qui, lascia dentro per farsi vedere, ok? Se non hai niente, tieni la palla e giochiamo un pick and roll centrale. Sabri, se prendi la palla e non tiri, questa se ne va e questa, se attacchi, questa viene su, se no giochiamo pick and roll con palla a Deborah e giochiamo pick and roll da questa parte. Va bene? Ragazze, non un attimo che dobbiamo respirare, va bene? Abbiamo e poi ci riposiamo dopo, va bene? Vai, 1, 2, 3.
Italia!
È nostro? Ah no, è loro.
Well, it was a great first half, and we're expecting a great second half as well. And that second half is now underway. Italy with a 39-37 lead, and they start with possession. Italy, Kubai gets the start, and right away, Bistagno catches the pass from Kubai. For an
Easy two.
About the easiest basket we've seen all day for either team. And Adapovic to the corner. Basic. Well, she has brought her A game, hasn't she? 12, 13 points now.
There's not many of those. She misses wide open in the corner.
Cecilia Zandalicini, guarded by Servandakic. Takes a very difficult shot and hits it. Wow, that is like A-star quality.
Right.
And
0.9 on the clock, Jeff. And said, don't worry, guys, I got it.
That is unreal. That was a 2. Yelena Brooks. Here comes Carangelo. Pistagno trying to post up Basic. Chinili.
Good rebound there by Basic as she brings the ball up.
They pass it around, Dabovic. Servandakic gets the rebound. Oh boy, I thought that was a travel, even though she stumbled.
No, and she's looking to pass too much for me. Just put it up on the rim. She has a nice little rebound. Hopefully she can hear me. She's getting great rebounds there.
Look at Zandalicini on this shot.
Look at
with the
this.
shot clock winding down. And Servandakic could not have done any more defensively on that play, except block the shot.
Right. Good defense, better offense. Five on the clock.
Kubai.
It's a foul over her head. Well, same toughness for sure.
I liked it. So the foul has been called on Bistagno.
That's her second.
I liked it when Kubai was perhaps catching the basketball a little bit closer to the basket.
Yeah, I think that's...
She can hit the jump shot, but here's Basic. She's already hit one. And as she works her way in, and Zandalicini almost knocked it off the rim. She's out of bounds.
She's frustrated with herself there. She got a big rebound, and then they just got their hands in, Serbia, and caused the turnover. Zanzi was out of bounds when she caught the ball, so baseline for Serbia here. 14 on the shot clock. Playing getting a zone, but it doesn't matter.
Wow. And just like that, tie game.
Yeah, Italy went into a zone there out of bounds and just fell right asleep. Nice three-point shot in the corner.
Serbia chasing. This is more like it for Marina Malkovic.
Look, see, wide open. In the corner, follow through, beautiful rotation. Nothing but net, Jeff.
Well, Bishwell calling making the decision that she stepped out of bounds. And now Vasic falls over, was able to get it to Skoric. Now the ball kicked.
Reset. Shot clock to 14 after a kick ball. This is not the Euro footballs, this is basketball. Here, I want to see it into, yeah, Vasic right here, easy money.
She turns on Chinili, gets it to go.
Yeah, she's pretty hot. I'm going into Vasic every time.
Zandlasini had 3 players. Somebody's got to be open. Carangelo, wow, the 3. Took matters into her own hands.
Yeah, she just waited for the defense to just blow by her poise and hit that 3.
Brooks gets inside. Oh boy, she did not back down there on going right at Kubai.
Do you know what I love about Serbia here? Look, boom, nice move, solid from their veterans. When I have said it and they've needed a basket, Vasic and Brooks have come up big for Serbia, no doubt. The rest of Serbia needs to get on their train.
Kubai was arguing that she kind of like flung her left arm to kind of clear out. Might have had a little bit of a point. Here she is going up for the rebound, and Dabovic beats her to the basketball but steps out of bounds. Both of these teams want this so badly. Here's Carangelo, she just hit a 3-pointer. So Italy again trailing by 1. That was Anthems. And tried to create off the dribble. Ball knocked away. Here's Serbia. Skoric. Chinili comes out on Servan-Dakic, doesn't allow the 3, so Brooks goes right at Zandlasini, who does a terrific job.
Thinking, do I sub, do I not? It's been, you know, it's a tough 5 minutes for both teams. Kept their starters in, it's been up and down, it's been physical like the first, which I'm really happy with, to be honest. Fatigue might just be starting to kick in now into those legs where you might want to get those starters out and give them a breather.
Carangelo, she hit 1-3, this time an air ball. Chinili, great job hustling to the basketball. Carangelo again, and this time short.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that shot, but either way, hopefully they can get a defensive stop. First subs coming to the table. Pan.
Marta's gonna bring Pan in for some offense. Brooks, wraparound pass, charge is the call on Brooks. So well taken by Kubai.
And you know what makes me so excited by Kubai? Look at this, she's there early, takes the charge, and then she celebrates. That's my favorite. Defense is always the game and the way to win basketball games. Jeff? And she celebrates. That's a great defensive stop for her team.
So Dabovic and Brooks are out. Chanili is out. Pan is in. Yvonne Anderson is in. Pan right off the bench.
Good defense. She's asking for a foul, but she's not going to get it. Trap here in the corner.
Excellent work by Zandalasini under pressure. Was able to throw it off of Vasic, but then they called a
foul. Pushing.
Foul, yep.
That's Basic's third, sadly. So they're going to sub her out, give her a break, and
so Chajo replaces Vasic.
Yeah, they can't afford her to pick up her fourth.
Zandalasini puts it on the deck, bumped by Chajo. Great defense, good rebound. And Bestagno offensive rebound and fouled on the putback attempt by Skoric.
Personal foul, number 24.
Yeah, Skoric there playing hard and rips the rebound. That's what we like to see. Second chance shots, and Italy definitely need them. She hits the first. 1 point. Both these teams pretty good from the line. So important in this type of game.
Really is. Anderson quickly. Now another Servandakis three, this time off target. Kubai gets it to Carangelo. And it goes to Bestagno.
Foul down low. You know what? Italy's doing a very good job just being poised. Point guard's going in, they're doubling, she's bringing the ball out, they go inside. They have a lovely magic formula. That's exactly what you want to do. Ball goes round, ball goes in. It's great offense for Italy.
Zandalasini has to like this matchup with Chajo. She makes the pass, but the good hands by Servandakis knocks it away. How hard does she work?
Yeah, she's
Servandakis.
Here, no look pass, but she was ready for that. 7 seconds here on the clock, Jeff.
See if she gets it right back after she inbounds it. Here she goes.
Double team.
And great stand defensively by the Serbians. Oh, good defense by Zandalasini, who lays it up and in. Spectacular stuff from the Azzurri.
I like it. Great defense from her. Serbia just need to settle in now, get a good basket.
And boy, Pan knocked it away from Servandakis. It's usually Servandakis doing that to the offensive player. Zandalasini, quick pass to Kubai into the corner. And Carangelo puts up the air ball. And now a foul called on Skoric, boxing out, saying she wrapped her arms around Bestagno.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, actually. I was looking so many different places.
Skoric not complaining.
This is the steal.
Look at this.
Go gadget arms.
And no doubt she's making the layup there. Wow, she is just never ceases to amaze us when she puts on the Italy shirt, especially. So Romeo back in the game, and Penne as well.
Interesting.
Brooks and Dabovic back in for Serbia.
Okay, nice.
So you wonder now with this lineup for Serbia if this might be an opportunity for them. Biggest lead of the game for Italy, 5 points. Anderson gets in the paint, puts it up. Oh! Must settle for 2 free throws.
Pan isn't really happy. She thought she got hit in the mouth here. Yeah, look at that shoulder to the...
No, the elbow.
Oh,
Not suggesting it's... Look at this.
No, look, her elbow. Yeah, you're right. Elbow straight to the chin area. Probably bit her tongue as well.
Not suggesting there was intent there, but
no, all
it's just a physical game.
Yeah, all in motion. I'm not going to call that intentional. My referee hat.
Okay, Bustagno, good work for her. Keys back in. She had a great first half and picked up 3 fouls. So you got Kubai and Keys now, and this will be a real challenge as well for Serbia now on the boards with both of them.
Good little press here by Serbia, panicking Italy.
Well, Pan and Kubai fouled coming from behind by Krajnik.
Krajnik isn't very happy.
Watch this. Watch coming down the left of your screen. I mean, she had her hand on her. I'm not sure there was much of a push, but it was, I guess, enough
to call it.
To call it. Basketball gods
in Italy's favor.
Well, no, I mean, she doesn't make the free throw, so they're like ruling.
Okay, ball doesn't lie. Okay, yeah, I like it. But she makes 1.
Justice prevails, another way to say it.
There we go.
Now, but she makes 1.
Anderson here, guarded by Romeo.
Divine Anderson. And Brooks has it knocked out of her hands by Keys. And now Krajnik picks up another foul.
That's a 4th, Jeff.
It is indeed number 4.
And she just kind of gets baited in. Look, the ball's up in the air, and she just comes up and over.
She was just going for the ball, and then is that
in
unlucky?
The wrong place. Yeah. Unlucky, and very unlucky, because now that is her 4th foul. That is a big hit for her, because she is tough rebounder for Serbia.
So big minutes here for
Keys.
Oh, sorry, for Serbia now coming into the game, Dugalic.
And also, sorry to interrupt you, Jeff. Also with that foul, that puts Italy at the free throw line for the rest of this quarter. That is 2 minutes and 1 second. Every foul, they go to the free throw line. So that is big.
They are starting to miss some free throws, though. They just missed 2 out of their last 4. They had shot well. Romeo, a tough defensive assignment. You can see that Anderson has just got that quick first step. It's almost impossible to stay with her. She just blows past everybody. Good hands by Romeo. Anderson, though, has it. Low dribble, and her pass batted away, and now Romeo. The Keys. Looked a bit awkward, but they hold on to it. Kubai, oh boy, looked like she passed up a chance. She gets it to Pan. And Keys needs to be careful that she doesn't pick up her 4th like Krajnik just did. 5-point lead for the Italians. Dabovic. And the ball ball goes off of
I think
Bugalic.
Italy down here on the offensive end is sharing the ball too much, to be honest. They're moving the ball beautifully, but the easy basket.
Yeah, I thought Kubai had a shot there.
Right.
She gave it up for the 3.
Yeah.
Which Pan didn't make.
I'm going for the easy 2, always.
How about Romeo?
Step back 3!
Throw a few shrimp on the Barbie for that. Goodness me. Quick pass down low, back outside. And Chacho misses. Great rebound, Dabovic. Bugalic.
6 on the clock. Anderson's got to make something happen.
Dabovic again. This time is good. They trade 3s. Final 20 seconds. Can they hold it for 1 shot? Will Serbia allow them to? 5-point lead. Romeo, she just hit a 3. And that was a dangerous game to play with Yvonne Anderson. She almost paid the price.
There was Romeo's step back 3, beautiful.
And good defense by Serbia, preventing a shot from even being attempted.
Tough, solid defense there by Brooks. Sadly, Italy did not get.
End of 3 quarters, Italy on top 57-52 over Serbia.
After the 3rd quarter here, the stats 13 for 31, 42% for Serbia, but really Italy has done such a great job shooting 6 from 22, only 27% from the 3-point line, but both teams shooting a good clip, 83%, 82% from the free throw line, and that is where the game is going to be won in my opinion, because there's so many fouls as we see. Santazzini cooling off there. It's such an aggressive and physical game that there's so many fouls, and both teams are going to the free throw line. So shooting 82+% is a good number, as we see. Vasic will be another big part of this Serbian team in the 4th quarter.
Well, you know, at halftime,
yes,
Serbia had the advantage in rebounds.
Yeah.
Several rebounds. Right now, Italy are out rebounding 30-28, and that was something that Lardo also spoke about at halftime. So they did take care of business in that sense.
Yeah.
And if you look at the number of shots that Italy have gotten up a lot more shots, 49 inside the arc. They've taken 22 from beyond the arc, 10 more than Serbia. So
yeah,
more. Maybe the shooting percentages are lower, but they're getting more shots.
Correct.
They're getting more shots because they're getting more rebounds.
Right. And we'll just see the teams here come out for the 4th. But what I'm so happy about is that both teams haven't let down from the first half. It's so easy. You know, you have a good first half, big energy, and then kind of fatigue or, I don't know, complacency. But both of these teams have come out full of energy for the 3rd quarter. And then, no doubt, it's going to be a nail-biter all the way down to the end, especially with Italy up 57-52.
The one player who's been kind of quiet today by her usual standards, Anna Dabovic, although she started to get a little more involved at the end of that 3rd quarter. She comes out with a smile on her face. This could be the Dabovic quarter.
How many shots she taken, Jeff? Please, whenever you're ready, no rush.
Yep, no problem. I'm just looking at my stat sheet that I've been keeping. She's only taken 5 shots in 18.5 minutes. Brooks from the baseline.
Money.
Serbia not going to go anywhere, are they?
No.
And look at that. The defense comes up with a steal. Lardo might need a timeout. Dabovic, short. Strong rebound by Pan. Kubai turns. Outside, Pan, that's her shot. Doesn't make it.
She would want that one back. Need to stop Basic early. Nice little bounce pass to Anderson. Easy.
1 point game. And then coming from behind, Dabovic commits the foul on Keys. Helps her up, shows some good sportsmanship.
Serbia's definitely turned up the pressure on defense here, really making Italy have to get the ball over. And look, here, and another press.
Boy.
Yeah, it's stressful here, isn't it? We're right here.
We're not even playing.
Yeah.
And they do get it over just in time, but will they get the ball? And Romeo, and now Basic, and now they're tied up.
So time to shine, Jeff. Get the ball.
I can't. Now you got to help me up.
Oh, I got you. Oh gosh. Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry.
The ball came over here, and Jeff thought it was his time to play.
Good hustle from both teams. And they tied it up. So possession arrow in favor of Italy. Look at this. What did Romeo just say to you?
She said she wanted a trouble. But, you know, credit to Serbia. They're making Italy. They can't even get the ball over the half. You know what I mean? They're really making them struggle and think.
So Zandalicini has come into the game.
She sure has.
So that gives another option.
To get the ball in.
And Keys is going to inbound it. And this time does so more easily to Romeo. Pan, guarded by Dabovic. Now Zandalicini, shot clock winding down. Guarded by Chacho, they force to get rid of it, and Keys. Well, you know what, if they double team and the double team, somebody's got to be open, and Italy were able to find it. Now Zandalicini almost comes up with a big steal.
Well, pleading her case to the referee, saying my foot wasn't on the line, but referee was right there to call that call.
Chacho steps back, and now scrap. Have they called that on Romeo?
Yeah, they have, just holding Anderson underneath the basket there. That's her second.
She never showed up. She's from Australia. Her father's Italian, right?
Correct, yes.
And did she ever show up on the radar for Australia?
I don't think so. They've got such great guards, and if you've got an Italian father, which she does, and shout out to Mr. Romeo. Prayers to him.
Sang the Italian national anthem to her on many occasions. Here's Basic. Oh, what a strong rebound, even with the slap.
Right.
By
Flies in there.
Look at Zandalicini. It's almost like she welcomes the tough defense, as does Kubai. Boy, dangerous pass with Anderson. Anderson almost coming up with a steal. Anticipation.
Number 12, Anderson.
Nice little back and forth between Romeo and Anderson. She fouls her, she gets one back.
Zandalicini didn't catch it clean, so she wasn't able to go up with it. Serbia appealing for a double dribble. The bench anyway. Now Basic. Anderson puts pressure on the D. They swing it, open. Basic, she's been on today, rims out. Looked like it was on the way down.
Good ball movement. Unfortunately, Basic couldn't hit that. Italy have to move when Zandalicini has the ball. They're doubling her every time.
Romeo looking for the opening. She gets it to Kubai. Oh, Kubai had what she needed, and then Keys is there. Wow.
I held my breath on that play, Jeff. Couldn't even talk.
Andre must be sitting over there on the bench thinking, God, with those players, I'm surprised I ever get any minutes. I mean, just great options for the Italians, and look at that, the foul! And called on Kubai.
And referee tells Italian coach, please settle down here. Let's see, yeah. All ball, but maybe just the follow through. And the good hustle here by Key, impressive relentlessness on the boards. She's doing some really nice minutes right now, Jeff. I'm happy with that.
That fan is
in shock.
He's enjoying it, but it's like us probably. It's so nervous watching. Serbia doing great, not allowing the Italians to pull away. After they went up by 5.
Right back in the game, 16 points for Anderson as she comes out. Fantastic minutes for her as Dabovic comes back in.
So Dabovic back in, Krajnik back in with the 4 fouls. Chajo goes out. Serbia doing a great job not allowing it, but Kubai, excellent work handling the basketball. And then Pan elects not to put it up. Because you're almost playing into Serbia's hands if you do, aren't you?
You sure are.
Kubai gets blocked by Krajnik. Boy, terrific effort.
Big bodies down there. For Serbia, good solid defense here. She makes a spin move, but her teammate comes over and helps her out, gets the big block. Fantastic defense, Krajnik there, bang. Nice little block. Add that to the stat sheet, Jeff.
She's gonna get a well-deserved break, and back into the game is the starter, Andre. Number 22, Ovis Andre.
Yeah, they've gone with Andre and Key for extra rebounding.
Dabovic leans in, Keys, wow. 7 rebounds to go with her 5 points. She's also got a block. Romeo, another 3 for Romeo.
Timeout. Let's talk about it, Serbia. They're not happy. That's Romeo's move right here. Look at this. On her own, sets her feet, follow through. Bang, I like it, Romeo. Serbia wants to talk about it, Jeff.
Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? You're right behind the arc. 6-point lead, their biggest of the game. I think really, as you look at Italy, I think one of the keys, we talk about their bigs, and we know that Zandalasini has all the moves, as you can see right here. But perhaps where we didn't expect them to be as strong as they are is their guard play.
Yeah.
Carangelo has been good, and even Romeo has come out and
hit some shots.
She's got real courage. I mean, she's ready to make plays.
Yeah, she is. She's a playmaker. But also for Italy, now having Keys and Andre on the floor, Serbia's only getting 1 tough shot, and then they're getting the rebound.
Oh, double dribble.
Yes.
Servan Dakic. I mean, they have really done a nice job putting this team together to be able to challenge a juggernaut like Serbia that has, again, this incredible experience of winning titles or getting to the podium. Now, they've got 1 second to get the basketball across midcourt. Now, do they know it? Zandalasini just told her, you're going to have to throw it to me. They don't have time to bring it. There you go. Great play by Zandalasini. Recognizing the situation. Andre, very strong, great defense, but again, Keys in there, and she's fouled. Yeah, she is all about just putting her body on the line.
Yeah, both of them are. You know, Andre there going to the rack and falls down hard, and then no doubt her post player Keys picks it up and gets another rebound. She's doing very, look at that. Both big bodies on the floor, sacrificing your body. That is exactly what you want if you're going to win this game.
Keys now with 8 rebounds. Pan goes hard to the basket. Andre rebounds, and this time she goes straight back up and misses again. Look at him battling for the ball. Krajnik not able to get hold of it. You know, and we don't even talk about Bestagno as well. She's on the bench now, so they really do have 4 quality options in that front court. Zandalasini, and fouled while attempting, was that 2 or 3?
It's a 2, I think. And surprising by Basic, just very undisciplined of her. Wouldn't mind seeing the the replay of that.
Well, that is foul number
4, no?
4 on Sonia Vasic. Here you go. I think the issue was she went for the block, and after she landed, certainly Zandalasini sought the contact and went down. So Sonia Vasic, formerly Sonia Petrovic, now in foul trouble. Yvonne Anderson back in the game.
And Malkovich is going to trust her veteran player in Vasic that she has 4 fouls with 5 minutes left to play. You can't pick up that 5th, honey, or you're out of here.
Zandalasini rattles them both in. So this is their biggest lead of the game, Italy. 66-58. Less than 5 minutes remaining. Vasic kept the ball down low so it couldn't be knocked away, and Andre, another big rebound for her.
I'm so impressed with Zandalasini's defense, her ability to stay up in the air and block shots and rebounds. Nice crossover for Romeo there, and just a hand in, I think, by Anderson.
Think about the improvement, though, of Italy. They were struggling in the qualifiers.
Right.
They weren't at the FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament last year. They weren't even, you know.
No, they weren't.
They were effectively nowhere on the basketball map. I mean, they had played at the last EuroBasket, the last FIBA Women's EuroBasket.
Yeah.
But.
And I remember playing Italy, actually, in Italy versus GB a fair few years ago. Was the last time I've seen them, but you know, they've got some good young players, some decent players, and also they're just believing and playing hard in their system.
Yeah. It's almost as if, again, Lardo has been able to flip a switch, or maybe, you know, experience. But you know, Keys, what she's done.
Yeah, she's done really well on the boards. And you know what? And this is what's so fantastic about this tournament. Anyone can come here and win. Okay, yeah, we've still got 4 minutes, but Serbia is the powerhouse, and Italy feels no way to come in here and give them a run for their money. This is what's so fantastic about the Euro women's basket.
Well, they're up 68-58 now. Italy with their biggest lead, and Serbia need to get to work. Vasic, and nothing comes easy right now against the Italians. Brooks misses. Strong rebound by Krajnik, and puts it up and in. Well schooled, breaking the press. And again, Romeo, excellent work. Here she is. She says, why not? I'm open. Keys battles. Serbia saving in bounds. Brooks wanted to launch it, but Keys came out, so Anderson puts up a 3. And more valuable time ticks off the clock for Serbia. you know, Serbia, talking about them going to the Olympics. It's games like this that are going to make them battle hardened by the time they show up in Tokyo. This is priceless.
They'll definitely be battle tested.
Zandalicini, long. Andre knocks it out. There's no rush here. No look pass. Great work by Krajnik.
She wasn't fooled by that no look pass, was she?
3-minute mark. Vasic, no time to waste. And just like that, what was once a 10-point lead is now just 5. And that's experience.
When you need a basket, you call on Vasic, that's for sure. We spoke about her being the leader of this team.
But also don't forget the play that was just made by Krajnik to steal the basketball.
Yeah, also a big play. And she's tough too, and she's playing with quite a fair few fouls also. She has 4 fouls, and Vasic has 4 as well. So dancing on the line there, but great solid stop, and then a great kick down here by Vasic. Big 3 when they needed it.
She's got 18 points. In some ways, rolling back the years. 18 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Offensive rebounds, 8 more for Italy. 9 more second chance points for Italy.
Yeah, it looks like he's made some subs here for Italy.
Pistagno and Kubai.
Correct. Yeah. Han is still in. And Romeo's still in. And he's taking out their rebounding machines in Key and Andre. So some nice highlights. Vasic. She has a little chat with the referee. She puts up the quotation.
I mean, really, she has had an incredible career. Doing it all.
Yep.
You'd almost think the Serbian government would like issue a memorandum saying we're going to be in talks with Sonia about continuing. Look at the great effort by Brooks, and then Krajnik loses it. And I think this is going to be Italian basketball.
Yeah.
They can review this.
She double-blowed her whistle the wrong way twice.
Yeah, Amy Bonner. Here you go, look at it again.
And it just slips out of her hands.
Yeah, that went off of Krajnik, and you can see her reaction.
Yep, they've got it right, no worries. Good team referee.
Huge sequence here for Serbia. They need another stop. But with the double teams, you leave people open. Shot clock down to 6. And Anderson knocks it away from Romeo. So they get the stop. Will they get the pop? Yes, they do.
Big turnover there. They just need to settle down.
Italy wobbling a little bit. Great effort, Serbia. All the adversity. But how about Zandalicini? Another 3-pointer. Stand up and take a bow. Wow.
Unreal, Jeff. Unreal. But right back at you, Brooks.
Oh, goodness me. Absolute classic at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket on opening day between just 2 wonderful teams.
Sensational shooting from both teams. Brooks says, okay, right back at you.
I mean, that's her
takes
first
her time, yeah.
That's her first 3, incredibly.
I mean, she shoots them. It's in her repertoire for sure.
Oh, absolutely. That's how she earns a living. You know, I know got the technology, so you may as well check it. You can understand the referee's got to look at so many different things.
Especially if it comes down to the wire here, you don't want to mess up.
Especially in a game like this, you
and
know, they
under
have
2
to watch
minutes,
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, under 2 minutes you can go to the TV and review, so good job to referees. Italy have been struggling to get the ball in here.
Carangelo back in the game now. Carangelo brings it across midcourt. So Romeo goes out, Pan. Shot clock winding down. Italy can't afford to be afraid. Oh, that was a little long, but look at the hustle from Carangelo. And a push has been called on Yvonne Anderson.
And that's her fifth, Jeff. That's a big.
That's a huge call. I think she was definitely putting pressure on her, but whether or not she made contact, she's absolutely stunned.
And she's out of here. Night is over for Anderson. Let's have a look. Tough call, especially on her fifth. And that puts Serbia over the line now. So for the last minute and 35, every foul, Italy will go to the free throw line.
So she goes out, 5 fouls, and that brings Anna Dabovic back in. And that is a big blow, because Yvonne Anderson was absolutely sensational. Tough call on her, I think. Now Brooks. And Krasnick can't rebound the miss.
Timeout, Serbia. They want to talk about it. They're probably going to set their defensive here, defensive full court. Because that's one thing that Italy has been struggling with, I would say, just getting this ball in down here on this baseline. So Coach Malkovic wants to set her press, no doubt. Serbia, their top scorers, Anderson and Basic with 18. Sadly, Anderson has gone out with 5 fouls and Brooks there with 14. That's a big loss for Serbia right here with a minute and a half. And then Italy, we know who is the highlight reel for them. She has been sensational today. Zazzini, nothing but net.
Well, Zazzini is 6 of 17 from the floor, 18 points. She has only surprisingly hit 2 of 9 from 3-point range, but it's +9 efficiency. But Italy as a team have shot 8 of 28, 28.57% from deep. But crucially, as you touched on earlier, 21 of 24 at the free throw line.
Yeah, big. And no press here, which is surprising. Let's have a look.
So they're going to hunker down and try to play defense and get the basketball back. And reaching
that's
from
5.
behind on Brooks. So another important player has fouled out.
Is that her 5th? No, Vasic is his. No. Sorry, it's Vasic with 4. Brooks has 2.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry. Excited, but they do go to the line where they have been shooting very, very well.
You're trying to give them the commentator's curse.
Stop. Pan's gonna hit it.
First attempt by Pan, and she makes it. I'll tell you what, you can't, if you're an Italian, you're not gonna breathe easily after this until the final whistle, because Serbia do not give up.
She ran over the line there. And if he didn't call it, she definitely was going to get the rebound here. Vasic and a light press, full court, sideline.
So it's going to be Krasnick is playing defense. Now Dabovic brings it up. That's attacking Carangelo. Now back. Basic frees herself, puts up another big shot. And Lorda calls timeout.
That woman is a walking bucket jam. Look at this.
She really is.
She knows exactly where she wants to be, right in the middle of the paint. Bang, nothing but net. They go straight to their main player. Basic for 2, puts them down 4.
You talk about efficiency. I mean, she's shot it well.
What's her
7 of 14 overall.
50%,
Allora, ripeto, adesso ti puoi muovere perché è un canestro, perciò puoi correre.
It'll be interesting to see if Serbia does a full court press here before they were back here, and that's where I would only say where Italy's trouble's been, is just getting the ball in and over. They've really tiptoed the line of getting it over before the 16 seconds on the shot clock. So it'll be interesting. But this game, Jeff, has been nothing but exciting from the very tip. It was energized, it was physical, big players hitting big shots, and here we are with 50 seconds left.
It hasn't stopped. It has not stopped.
I'm definitely going to have a me duele la cabeza, which is a headache in Spanish. You like that? We are in Spain, so I should use my Spanish after screaming and shouting.
Basic might have pushed off a little bit, but she's plus 21 efficiency, the highest in the game. Oh boy, that was a dangerous pass. Brooks almost coming up with it. And a very alert Carangelo, but now just 2 seconds.
That's what I talked about.
The shot clock.
Yeah.
Oh, she's trying to move up. So I don't see them getting the basketball in bounds here, do you? Unless they're able to throw it to Zandalicini. And there you go. Unbelievable for the second time. I mean, that I think she was literally the only option.
She is the get-out queen. She literally has these long arms.
That play, you know.
Wow.
You have to say that is a crucial play.
And you foul her, so she will go to the line as well. Unbelievable. Wow. They are.
And that was a great inbounds pass.
Right. From in front of the Italian bench all the way pretty much
by
to the
Pan, yes.
By the Serbian bench. Game's still open. She's got to hit one to seal it for me.
Oh no, there's plenty of time. 38.4 seconds remaining. The way Basic is shooting the basketball. And she missed both. And they got to hustle back, and they're going to get a layup. And now it's a 2-point game. And Carangelo is trapped, and she gets a turnover. Unbelievable. Serbia's going to tie it. And they're unlucky not to get a foul. Zandalicini from behind.
What have I just said? Wow. What have I've done it.
And that was even after Zandalicini was able to catch the previous, but the key, again, incredibly, is Zandalicini missed 2 free throws.
Oh, Jeff, I'm so disappointed but happy at the same time. I thought that was it, but you're so right. With Serbia, 2 turnovers, but really that has been the key for Italy. If they look at this game, if they do unfortunately lose, they need to take care and figure out how they're going to get the ball out of bounds in, because there it's finally caught up with them. I felt like this whole game, they're making me nervous getting the ball in.
Yeah. Well, there's 26.4 seconds left. They've called timeout so they can advance the ball now. And look at Lucas Mondello in Spain watching. And they're thinking, boy, I'm glad we're not in this group. This would be a tough one to get out of.
That's for sure.
Of course, they're not going to have Alba Turin nor Tamara Balde because of COVID. But those 2 are expected back for the Olympics. So they had the luxury of advancing the ball, but the way Serbia play defense, I'm not sure they're going to allow any type of shot. It's going to be Pan, Kubai, Zandalicini, Bestagno, and Carangelo. It's Chajo on the ball. They get it to Zandalicini. So they didn't reset the shot clock. Zandalicini. And the long rebound. And it's grabbed by Brooks. They've got time. Vasic, this would be one of the most famous Serbian wins in FIBA Women's EuroBasket history. I don't understand. There was 26 seconds left in the game when they inbounded the ball after the made basket, and they didn't reset. I don't think they reset the shot clock. And that forced Italy to take an early shot. They could have taken it down
to the end of the game.
Yeah. Final seconds, ticking off the clock. Vasic, she's been the star. Pump fake! Traveling, and now the question is, has it happened before? Has it happened? How much time will be left on the clock? I mean, I would be willing to put the barn on the fact that they did not reset.
Out, but
I think in some ways Italy are shell-shocked. A, that Serbia came back, but disappointed as well in themselves that they turned the ball over the way that they did.
Yeah, for sure.
And
but that's it.
That is the one aspect of this Serbian team's play that really was almost overpowering in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible.
And Italy just got rattled right there at the end. Just relax, compose, take your 5 seconds to take the ball out of bounds. Either way, we've got another 5 minutes to play.
Well, they're forever having a hard time inbounding the ball against Serbia, but they get it to their get out. Zandalicini. Sasic falls down. Zandalicini was open, but they didn't see her. Carangelo for three. Got it! Well, she has hit some big three-pointers today.
Nice start from Italy there. And you know what? Serbia's playing solid defense. They're not getting any easy shots.
12 points for Carangelo, 2 of 6 from deep. Dabovic on the baseline. And Pestagno careless with the basketball, but then Dabovic has it taken away by Carangelo. And now almost Chacho knocks it out of Zandalicini's hands. Zandalicini again, that was long. And Serbia basketball with 3:59 remaining. Well, you could just see these teams are leaving absolutely everything out there. Carangelo, that huge three. But again, Serbia can tie it with a three.
Yeah, and this is a lot of minutes as Vasic gets bumped there by Pan. This is a lot of minutes in the starters' legs, in my opinion, but you've got to get this first win. It doesn't matter how much you play, but now we're playing 45 minutes worth of basketball.
This is probably one of Vasic's all-time great games for Serbia, I would imagine.
She's had many, in my opinion.
Well, I've watched her play a lot as well, but other than not hitting the game-winning shot right at the end, she hasn't done too much wrong, has she?
Mosquito attack. Sorry, Jeff. Well, I'm glad she managed to hit that. Just got attacked. Sorry there, guys.
Again, remember, late in the game, Zandalicini missed a couple of free throws when she had been perfect, and that really opened the door for Serbia to come back and tie it. But it's difficult at the best of times for these players. I mean, you get out there, the free throw line late in the game, boy, it's tough. Pan rattles it in.
I like Pan, you know, nice little soft jumper there. And you know what? Italy isn't backing down at all. They are here to win the game.
Yeah, but so is this Serbia team. Jovanovic, relatively quiet, goes behind the back, and another foul.
That's her first, that's okay. But they do go to the free throw line.
Exactly. So pressure free throws for Jovanovic, Ivana Jovanovic. These will be her first 2 of the game. Serbia 15 of 17 at the line. Never in doubt.
Yeah, ice in the veins.
Here it is. Serbia pressure, no, they beat it. Zandalicini, oh, that was Krasnik's. Surely, Zandalicini looks over as if to say, was that not a foul?
And she's lucky there because she's on 4 fouls.
I mean, there were a couple of times where it looked like they could have blown the whistle, but anyway, Zandalicini doesn't complain. 19 on the shot clock. We're in overtime. First game for these two teams in Group B. Zandalicini blocked by Vasic, and now that leads to a break. And Serbia and Dakic goes in, and Serbia have taken the lead. Oh boy, Bastagno was open for a minute there, but Krasnik read the pass. Vasic, no look. Brooks, and white shirts for the rebound. Vasic brings it back out. Brooks for 3, it'll be number 3 if it goes, but it doesn't. And boy, they're letting him play all of a sudden.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, for the life of me, I was surprised they didn't call the 5th foul on Krasnik at the other end. Look at this, the scrap. Oh, good hands by Brooks to knock it out of Bastagno's hands.
And timeout. And I don't know if are the referees going to have a look at who came, no, they're going to stick with it.
That is a tremendous block from Vasic. Look at that.
Yeah.
Going up against one of the premier players in the world, and Zandalicini.
And why I think Italy called this timeout, just so they could set a good out-of-bounds play to get the ball in bounds. I think it's so important. It's where really they let Serbia come back in and tie the game.
Normale. Se sulla seconda uscita abbiamo una buona situazione, bene. Se no giochiamo soluzioni lato debole con pick and roll dopo, ok? Se non riusciamo a prenderla, d'accordo? Ehi, sono tutti time out, ragazzi, giochiamo fino in fondo. Se qualcuno ha bisogno di cambio lo deve dire, andiamo, vai!
Japan has been able to knock in a shot in overtime, as has Carangelo. That 3 right there, right in that first minute of overtime. Who do you go to?
Well, here comes the defensive ladies of Serbia. Definitely setting up full court press. I don't blame them. It's where they turn them over.
Would they be tempted to throw it full length? Nope, in the end they just get it to Pan and let her bring it up against Serbia Dakic, which is dangerous. And sure enough, she did not get it across midcourt. It has been an awesome display of defense, of full court pressure by Serbia.
And it's really been the game changer for them.
Yeah.
3 turnovers, big turnovers, 2 in the fourth quarter and 1 right now to get the ball back to go up.
Romeo has checked back in. She's guarding Serbia Dakic. Vasic, oh, good hands from Kubai. Italy, I think, must be thinking, how can we play this well, and yet we're trailing by a point in overtime. Krasnik for 3, and that was wedged. Serbia Dakic had great position and got the rebound, and we know what happens when teams like Serbia get second and third chances, and now another foul. They just put a good free throw shooter on the line, and Jovanovic.
Sure, Keys there shakes her head too, but I guess because she didn't give her any space and she ripped the ball through. But she's a great free throw shooter there.
She's She's made 3 in a row in overtime.
And she's been on the bench for a long time as well, so good for her. But still a minute 58, so still a long time to play in this overtime.
Oh boy, she makes, it remains a 2-point game. So she makes 3 of 4. 1 of 2 that trip. Carangelo another 3, and Vasic with the board. Seems kind of like Italy have run out of ideas a little bit on offense. Vasic! And the bump and a 3-point play opportunity for probably the best player in the game.
MVP to Vasic, no doubt. Look at this, full court. Missed the layup, she gets the rebound, and off she goes. They don't slow her down, and she goes all the way. And 1.
Well, the mental toughness of Serbia, I mean, it is something to behold today.
Yeah, and no doubt, and this is where this veteran team have played together and have been in, no doubt, a lot of these tough games.
The further behind they got, the stronger mentally they became. It's incredible. Zandalicini and Pestagno fouled.
That's her 5th.
By Krajnik, who goes out with 1:20 remaining.
5 personal foul, number 33.
So that's 2 Serbian players fouled out now. Anderson and now Krajnik.
Well, that's a big absentee, but now huge free throws for Italy. They just don't have much room, margin for error now. Pestagno is 6 of 6 at the line. Now 7 of 7. And does get that one to go as well. So back to a 1-possession game. Italy need to stop, and they need to stop fouling. They've been fouling. They've committed 3 fouls and put Serbia on the line each time in this overtime. And a long way from the basket, like reaching fouls. Brooks, guarded by Kubai, and that does not drop, but look at that. Who comes away with the rebound? But Vasic.
Big rebound. MVP for me. Unbelievable.
Oh, look at that. The cutter, and they find Skoric. The lead is 5.
They need a quick bucket right here.
Well, Zandalicini, they're turning to her. She's going to have to take a difficult one. She does. That's off. And good hustle by Pestagno. Oh, it looked like it. All right. I thought she had been able to throw it off of, but it must have grazed her own leg when it went out. Watch this again. This was the last Serbia basket.
Fantastic job by Serbia. A way to chip away at this aggressive Italian team. Disappointed for Italy, but Serbia, hats off to you guys today.
It is remarkable that they've won, that they're going to win this game. Oh, traveling was the call on Skoric with 11.3, so that gives a little bit of hope, a glimmer of hope to Italy. You go for a quick 2 or you go for a 3, whatever you get, they got to hurry.
Yeah,
you don't have time.
No, you don't, and you want to shoot it.
They just don't have time for that.
They don't.
Serbia have claimed an incredible victory, folks, in overtime. They trailed in this game against Italy by 10 points in the 4th quarter. And riding their suffocating pressure defense, they battle back to force overtime, and they have won it 86-81.
Superb basketball overall. Sadly, Italy loses, but a sensational game from both ends. Italy unfortunately couldn't get it, but credit to Serbia. They are a veteran, well-oiled machine, and they know how to win. And I said that from the rip. I said, you know, these girls have been tested on every level and every place. So hats off, and I'm a bit sad for Italy, but it's a long tournament, and you know what? They can build from this, right?
They can, but they also have a very tough game now. As you look at the stats coming up against Montenegro, who won their first game.
Yeah, and you know, shooting 27%, they shot a lot of threes when even then, and I think they should have just gone for the 2 there. And the rebounding game, they won 47, no doubt that was probably key in Andrews. But Serbia, fantastic fourth quarter when really I thought the game was in the bag, and that was silly of me to even say that, because I should never doubt Serbia and their strength and their courage as they're there in the middle smiling, which they should, and clapping to the crowd.
You know, it's you know what it boils down to? It boils down to experience, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And even with the loss of Yvonne Anderson, who is crucial, they didn't flinch mentally.
No.
They stayed with it.
No, and that's it. And speaking from my own self, where I've been in these games with Great Britain, where we didn't have that many experiences or difficult games, and Italy can only learn from this. Yeah, it hurts and it sucks, but
at least it's come in the group phase.
Right. One, it comes in the group phase, and 2, you just lost to, you know, a top 5 team in potentially in Europe, and so you have to take small wins from that. But obviously overall very disappointed when the game was in the bag.
What you have to do is you have to learn from this, and what you've learned is that you got to go work on your press break. You got to figure out how to inbound the basketball
safely.
And sadly for Italy, as so often is the case, I don't think Zandalasini had a great game. I think there are moments where she made great plays. But sadly, you know, her 2 missed free throws were just huge late in the game. And whenever you miss free throws like that, and if you look at Serbia down the stretch, they hit some big free throws.
Yeah, and Vasic, I'm sorry, Vasic.
19 of 22 at the line.
And you see her highlights here. She had big shots, one after another. If she needed a 3, she got it. If she got the jump shot, she got it.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't think I've ever seen her play that well for Serbia. 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block, plus 35. Sky-high efficiency. The highest rated for Italy was plus 14, and that was Bistagno. So
definitely the game changer for Serbia. Without those numbers and that stats from Vasic, I'm not sure they win that game, because she was outstanding tonight.
Well, Krajnic was very good. They just had so many weapons. Servan Dakic was just so tough. Dabovic had her moments. Obviously, Yvonne Anderson had her moments.
Yeah, they're the supporting cast. I told you, they're a women's basketball Avenger squad.
I don't think they ever flinched, Serbia, despite trailing. You know, Carangelo hit this big 3 right early in the 3rd quarter. Again, that could have given Italy some momentum. But I will say this as well. At the end of regulation, Italy inbounded the basketball with 26 seconds remaining after a made Serbia shot, and they had to rush up a shot at the end with about 10 seconds left on the clock. So I don't think the shot clock was reset. So after game day 1, Montenegro and Serbia up at the top at 1-0. Italy and Greece down in 3rd and 4th place at 0-1. What a day at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket in Valencia.
Congratulations. Welcome to EuroBasket. What a way to win that game.